Hey y'all,
What it is, homies?
we are Wit and Mish.
With a Mish.
Welcome to episode 3 of How We Flow.
Bond so tight, for you I'll fight. I always got your back and that's no lie. And in the end, we care and we share. Family love until the end of time. This is how we flow. Oh, how we flow. How we flow. Oh, how we flow, flow, flow.
So babe, what are we talking about today?
Spousal. What we say? Roles?
Expectations.
Expectations.
We can throw roles in there too if you want to.
Yeah, I mean, because it kind of goes hand in hand a little bit. So what do you expect? When we first got together, what were your expectations then?
Well, you knew what my expectations were then because I told you. Because if you watched the last episode, you know that her and I were very good friends beforehand. And so we had several conversations. A lot of the conversations were her being bluntly honest about the type of fun she was having in college. So my only expectation from the beginning of our relationship, I think, was that I expected honesty and I expected you to be faithful. And I told you from day one that I was not going to be a jump off.
Yeah, I think that's what kept me at home, honestly.
Okay.
Because it was the first time that, two things for me, it was the first time that I was ever honest with somebody from the beginning. And the second thing, it was that you laid down your own track rules of what you were going to take from me and what you weren't. And so you told me from the beginning, and I had to make the conscious decision of, she not playing. So do I do this all the way, or do I pull back? And I think I decided to do it all the way. You know what I'm saying?
Oh well, I mean, we're 15 years later, so unless there's something you want to tell me on camera now, I think you're good.
No, I'm good.
All right.
Good. Yeah, I'm good. So that's what, that was from the beginning. She laid down track rules. People ask all the time, like, what keeps you, or what laid down the foundation of your relationship. You know what I mean? And I think that was the biggest thing. I think that's one of the biggest things for people, period.
Yeah.
What you're gonna expect and not expect from somebody. What you're gonna take and not take, you know? And a lot of us take a lot. And I think at that time in your life, you had already taken enough.
Yep.
So you was like, yo,
Yeah.
I'm not doing this ish with you. If you want to do this, we'll do it. If you don't want to do it all the way, then you gotta bounce.
Absolutely.
That's basically how she said
That's
it.
yeah, that's exactly what happened. I had children to think about. I had myself, and I had already been through the ringer, and I just was not for foolishness. And though I knew that the love was there, you know, when somebody tells you that they were a serial cheater, it raises red flags. But for some reason, I have never questioned her commitment to us, to me, and to our relationship. So I think that me being straightforward and honest is with what my expectations were at the beginning. I agree is what led you to remain faithful.
I think though for me, it was, I knew how it felt to be questioned. I knew how it felt for not to not be trusted. And it's really not a good feeling, you know, at the end of the day. And I don't care anybody who's ever cheated or is cheating or whatever. That feeling that you get, that you got to be questioned, or you don't want to give up your phone or whatever, you always got to kind of, I call it like, it's kind of like that drug dealer life.
Yeah.
You always got to watch your back. It really, at the end of the day, it wasn't for me.
So what were your expectations of me in the beginning?
In the beginning?
Yes.
For me, it was hard because my expectations of for you in the beginning, you couldn't match. You couldn't do those things because I was leaving a relationship, like a 4 or 5 year relationship, and that person knew me. And I think for me, I had an unrealistic expectation of you because you really could not pick up where somebody else left off who had known me. I had to realize that this was all brand new.
Mm-hmm.
And so once I realized, and I realized that pretty quickly, once I realized that this was all brand new and it was new experiences and new get to know you type of thing, I kind of settled into that because it was great being able to tell my story.
Mm-hmm. So fast forward, that was the beginning. So when we got married,
Mm-hmm.
what were your expectations?
When we first got together, right? I was young, so that whole housewife thing was like, yo, that's whack. Everybody, let's get up, get it, grind, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
By the time we got married, which was 5 years into dating, we got married. I had a different type of feel. The first year that we were married, is when I really opened up my first company, and so I wanted a housewife.
Mm-hmm.
And she looked at me like, how's this? I wanted a housewife. I wanted her to be, and I know this is about to take a different tone, but we're gay. Got it. But I'm so traditional. And I could be a little bit like my father and a little bit like my grandfather at times. And my expectations were for her, hey, please don't shoot me. All the women, feminists of the world, like, I can't believe she said this. But I expected her to be at home.
Yep.
I expected her to, clean, wash clothes, cook, cater, because I'm like, I now can take care of you. Because at the beginning of our relationship, Misha took care of me. Let's just, be real. I lost my job and I felt like I lost my way. And for about a year or so, I was out of work and she was the only breadwinner. And then even though I had a job, she made more than me. And did it make me feel less of a person? Heck no, because I felt like this, I'm gonna be a billionaire one day. So, we gotta do what we have to do. But when it was my turn to be the one to take care of my family, I put pride in that. So I felt like, you ain't gotta work no damn more. You can stay at home. The kids are still young. And, you worked so much at the beginning of our relationship. There was times, it would be 24 or 48 hours that you didn't see the kids.
Yeah. And I respected the reasoning behind that, but as you guys will get to know, one thing I know is what's reasoning behind why she does and says a lot of what she does. Her delivery, though, is not always the most tactful, and so we have some conversations that might escalate.
Very colorful conversations.
That might escalate because of how she delivers the information.
No, she just high-headed. She don't want.
Anyway.
Whatever. I'm just saying.
And you know what? I'll give you that. I might be hard-headed, but let's be real.
I'm being real.
Some of her expectations can be unrealistic. For whatever the moment or the situation is. But I understand the reasoning behind it, so I will try to make accommodations for some of her expectations, but in other aspects, it's just,
Huh? Okay, listen. My wife is not a housewife. At all. And I don't know.
let me stop there, because when I wanted to be a housewife, it was go to work, and you had. So she wants the housewife and somebody that goes to work and makes some money.
No.
At the time, you absolutely did.
No, see, what? No. Okay, listen.
You absolutely, that was your conversation.
No,
you still need to come home and clean and cook after me.
Right, because you wanted to work, not because I wanted you to work.
No,
I didn't win because I won. Okay, you're jumping, babe. You're jumping.
I'm not jumping.
When we first got together, this is what I told you, because we were in a learning space. Let's just be honest. We were 23, we were 24. We were both coming out of some BS, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you needed you were getting your break. You get what I'm saying? You were getting your break because it's great when you're being loved for the first time. Like 100% wholly. And that was what was going on.
I'm trying to see where you're going with this.
Just ride with me, woman. Alright, so when we first got together, we were so into each other and the kids that we forgot about how to make sure that we had certain things done for the work.
After that, you absolutely had that conversation with me.
I had that conversation with you because you wanted to work, not because I wanted you to work. My role of a housewife is not a woman that doesn't have say. I never want to. Okay, I want to make that. No, I just want to make that clear because sometimes there's a negative connotation. I
didn't say that. I didn't say that I couldn't have a say. What I said was you expected me to go to work and still come home and clean and cook and do all of the.
First of all, I didn't expect you to cook because you don't cook no more.
When we first got together, I did.
That once I became established as a businesswoman and I was making enough money, I did not see the reason why my wife needed to work. I felt like you held me down. So it was my turn and let me run and take care of the family. Mm-hmm. And so that you didn't have to do anything other than whatever the hell you wanted to do. I told you, be a philanthropist or something. I mean, take a cooking class.
And take a cooking class.
I know that sounds
I was about to say, do you understand how that
This sounds really bad. This sounds
take a cooking class.
This sounds really bad.
Okay, so outside of the working aspect of your expectations.
Yes, let's just move on from this. Jesus. Go ahead. What were my expectations for you as my wife?
Yes.
Woo. I think for me it was like I just expected you to be there and be here for life. Like that whole life partner thing. Mm-hmm. It was real for me when we got married. Like, this is it. So we gotta ride this bad boy till the wheels fall off, and then we're gonna buy some new wheels, mm-hmm. and type of thing. I just expected you to grow with me, and I expected myself to grow with you, no matter what those trials or tribulations. It was, for me, like I think we talked about in our very first episode, for me when we got married, I felt different. Mm-hmm. I did. I was like, oh, this for real, you know what I mean? And so I didn't have just expectations just for you. I had expectations for us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I guess for me, my expectations of, it was probably the same. I expected the commitment. I expected the forever, because it wasn't. I tell her all the time, I'm the only Mrs. Guyton. I will forever be Mrs. Guyton. So if God forbid anything happens to this relationship, we will be living in the same house in separate areas. And she can have her little fun, but they will always know that I am Mrs. Guyton. And I took that very seriously.
Yes, you did. I remember your sister, the other day that we got married, your sister Trina, she walked up to me, and Trina don't really talk a whole heck of a lot, but she walked up to me and she was like, we only doing this once. Yes, ma'am. And I understood exactly, mm-hmm. What that meant. Like, this is it. I didn't want to be found in the lagoon, you know what I mean, in a wall in one of the buildings she had. Like, geez, you know what I mean?
And but it was kind of, the same way with her family. And we'll discuss in-laws on another episode, because that's a whole other episode.
Well, shit.
I was talking about your in-laws as well.
Okay.
Okay. But yeah, I just think that when we got married, we did have the same expectation of one another, which is probably why we have made it 10 years. And we're 10 years in, so I think that's a good thing. So when it comes to Babe, outside of, all right, so we had expectations of the marriage. Now, your favorite topic, go into your roles. What do you expect? Because we're the same gender, but we have gender roles.
Okay, no, wait. We don't have gender roles. We have spouse.
Whit is a man.
No, I'm not. I don't identify. Let's just be real. I'm not a part of the.
She has male thinking.
She
has male thoughts.
I mean, what? Okay.
Typical. Let me rephrase it. Typical male thoughts. So where you would have a husband and a wife. Mm-hmm. This is.
I mean, to be honest,
how she likes to model us.
Right, I do. Sidebar: love men. No men bashing here. Mm-hmm. We think men are awesome. I just don't want to be with one, and I don't want to be one.
Right.
I respect.
Never wants to be one.
No, I respect men. I don't deal with the whole male pronouns.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a woman all day long.
She just has male.
But I have some of the tendencies that I have, or the way that I maybe model ourselves. Well, because if you want to go kill spiders.
I don't want to kill spiders.
Right. If you want to go kill spiders or go get gas.
And in all fairness, I have my expectations when it comes to that, because I'm not gonna go fill up my own car. I feel like if you follow us on Instagram, you know that I just got a new Mercedes. And I had to fill it up last week
by
for
herself.
The first time by myself, and I was like, "What is this?"
Right. Of course, I got a call, or no, I think you told me the next day, I had to fill up gas all by myself. No, first of all, nobody. You should have called. I didn't know that you needed gas. I'm not really in your car that much, and if I was there, I would have pumped your gas. Or you could have told me before you left that you needed gas. That's her own fault. She do this a lot. Let's not go there. But
in that instance, you were in the car with me when we needed gas. When we got home.
You did not pump gas when I was in the car? Oh.
When we got home the day before, and then I had to leave the next day. Right. And I forgot.
So why don't you open my doors? See what I'm talking about? That's what I'm talking about.
I said, in all fairness, I have expectations.
Right. So
and don't make these people think that you open my door every time we get in the car, because you
only
open my door when you're trying to get it in.
I'm trying to get it in all the time.
No. When we are on date night.
When we're on date night. Yeah.
That is the only time you open my door. Or
maybe you should look like date night all the time. I'm just playing.
Yeah. But you can't wait for that.
What?
Me to look like date night every night. Because you don't have time. Oh, we gotta go. So I gotta rush.
Man, anyway, back to what we were talking about. So, yes, we do have the typical gender roles. A lot of people they don't want labels. They don't want this, and that's fine. I really don't care what you want to identify yourself with. I've always been the same way. If you ask any one of my best friends, they will tell you that since the beginning of time, I haven't really changed at all since I was a little kid until now. There were certain things that I was taught, and on how to treat someone, and that's how I treat them, and I don't think that has any true roles about it, because my mom taught me the same thing, my dad taught me the same thing, my aunts and uncles, which was basically to be a protector. Everybody in my household, from my dad to my mom and their different sides, we're all protectors. Down to my little sisters are straight. You get what I'm saying? But we all are almost kind of the same. We're protectors. And so for me, that just kind of trickled down into my relationship, that my job is to protect you and my children. So I'm very protective. I'm protective of my staff.
Mhm.
I'm the protector in my realm. You know, your friends can attest to that because I go, you know, for broke for the people that I love. And so that's just kind of, so if that is a more of a male-like-ish role, then that's just kind of what happened.
What are your other expectations? Because I feel like you're skirting around the issue because you don't want YouTube land to come for you.
Okay, what? Tell me.
No, what are your expectations
Of you?
Yes.
Like, oh man, you setting me up, man. You setting me up. You trying to talk about my clothes, Jeannie, man? You talking about my clothes,
No,
Jeannie?
I mean that's not a big deal, but you have other expectations that I don't do, but you would like for me to do.
Like what?
We'll discuss it later because right now you've gotten amnesia. But yes, I do her laundry.
Cause I ain't doing nobody.
She don't know what the laundry room. She doesn't know how to work the washer or the dryer.
I mean, I made sure it was in the house.
She won't even help me bring the baskets upstairs.
Babe, don't tell people that. I do bring it upstairs sometimes. Don't do that.
Okay.
Well, okay. You expect me to cook?
Cause you just do it. You love to cook, and I don't.
You don't clean the kitchen?
I do clean the kitchenette. Yeah, I absolutely do.
Okay, we clean it.
Because nobody else cleans it. Because the kids don't clean it like they're supposed to.
That's true too. I don't clean the bathroom.
No. And I love my wife.
Say something. Say something.
But she won't clean the bathroom for anything in the world. And we have the absolute hardest shower in America to clean. And I asked her to go clean it last Monday, and she turned around and walked out and pouted. Because she had no idea how to do it. It was just too much.
It was too much, babe. I couldn't handle it, man. I gotta handle so much in my day that I can't think about
that household thing. She just can't. She can't do.
Nah, I don't do that. I mean, I balance the money.
Uh-huh.
Oh, but I don't pay the bills.
No.
She has to make sure the bills are paid. I'll make sure that it's there.
Yeah, but if I don't set everything up on automatic payment, it's not getting paid. And people will be calling and be like, babe, why is the water people calling us? Oh, did you pay the bill? No.
So that's why we got stuff on automatic bill.
We know each other's roles, I think. And we try to flow into them. Sometimes they get, a little blurry.
They do, but it's okay.
We take turns, getting kids ready and calling doctors and things like that. So sometimes we do. Sometimes she will magically clean the bathroom. Sometimes I magically will go pump the gas. I might kill a spider every now and then, but rodents I won't touch. But I think this was a true depiction of who we are, because as you see, we argue. But that doesn't take away from our love. But
no, it does.
Nope. So this is episode 3, guys.
Babe.
A little bit about our gender roles. I try not to be drunk on camera, honey.
Why not?
Because
it's 2019, man.
Anyway, you guys, make sure you stay tuned for our episode next week. I don't know what that topic will be yet, but make sure you subscribe and like and turn on your post notifications.
Share.
And if you have any questions, any comments, please leave them down in the box.
Again, if you want to be on our future episodes, we're going to have a round table coming up soon. I'm going to cook.
We had a mock one on Sunday of a few of our couple friends, and it turned out really well. So we're looking to have a couple of those. So until next time. How we flow, baby. All right.
Bond so tight, for you I'll fight. I always got your back, and that's no lie. And in the end.